Bluff City Media presents Tigers Live with Francis Carlotta. Join Francis after every Memphis Tiger game as he breaks down each matchup, player of the game, and upcoming games. Now, let's get to the show.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Tigers Live. I'm your host, Francis Carlotta, joined by Kenny Stubblefield, coming at y'all after the Memphis Tigers suffer a brutal 73-99 defeat at the hand of the Louisville Cardinals. Kenny, that sucked.
Yeah.
That sucked. Like, there's no other way to really put it, man. That was not fun. I took pride in stating I don't think you'll see the Tigers truly quit in a game, but when you face a team that makes back-breaking three-pointers like Louisville did today, at some point human nature is going to take over, and all the fight and all the dog in you that I think this team does have, it's human nature at that point, man. Like, Louisville was unconscious from deep. They were hitting shots with hands in their faces. Bad perimeter defense, sure, but like, man, tough loss. How you feeling, Kenny?
Yeah, I think I want to make a promise to all Tiger fans. This comment section, there's 99 people, 102 people, 117 people in here now that are watching this. It'll probably be upwards of 400, 500 people by the time we get done today. The comment section is yours. Have fun. Let's keep it cool. Francis and I will absolutely talk through the comments. They're going to be coming in so fast. We're going to try really hard to keep up with them. But if you got any questions, if you have any thoughts, please feel free to throw them in there. I do want to ask, I would love to make sure that we don't like overreact to this game, right? Like, it's a bad loss. 99-73 is a bad loss, but let's not make sweeping. Actually, you know what? Do whatever you want to do. If you want to make sweeping indictments, we can talk about it. It makes it for a more interesting show. But just that, I can promise you, like, that's not the way that Francis and I don't think Roman and myself are feeling. We're not going to make sweeping indictments on anything based off this game. Oh my gosh, look at this. We got Roman in here. Roman is live from the Yum Center, looking about as fresh as I've ever seen. Roman Cleary. Roman, what's up, man?
I'm good. I'm sure I'm a lot colder than you guys are down there in Memphis right now, but besides that, I'm pretty good.
You look good, man. I love that outfit. You look smooth, clean.
Smooth and clean, bro. I like that.
I appreciate
love it. Yeah.
So tell me, I know Pat Kelsey said yesterday it's going to be single digits in Louisville. Is it as cold as he says it was going to be? And it didn't seem like it kept any Louisville fans away from the game.
Well, it's not single digits, at least not yet. He may have been referring to how it's going to get later tonight. It was mostly in the 20s and 30s today. And no, it definitely did not keep the Louisville faithful away.
What did you think, man? What was the environment like in there today?
Raucous, especially when Louisville was hitting all those threes. You could feel the impending sense of doom on Memphis' side there pretty early on.
Let me know what you think here, Roman. Is this a bigger statement on the state of how good Louisville is, or is this more so how bad Memphis is? How are you feeling?
I really don't have that many hard takeaways from a game like this. This was just simply a contest where one team was far more talented than the other, and the far more talented team ran away with it pretty quickly. I don't think this is a true indictment on Memphis in any way. They just walked into, I think, a really difficult and high intense situation against a Louisville team that's likely going to contend for the national championship, and they got obliterated. Not really going to mean too much in terms of, what they're going to be throughout the season, but if anything, it's just a missed opportunity overall that they probably didn't really have a shot at from what it appears.
Yeah. Well, that's you Roman, you Kenny can answer this one as well, either one. Well, obviously Memphis's two toughest opponents this season have been Purdue and Louisville. The Purdue game went very differently from this game. Yes, it still was a loss, but still very different game. Why was the Purdue game much more respectable, much closer as compared to this one?
Probably because it was on a neutral floor. and Purdue did not get nearly as hot from three early on as Louisville got in this game. If Louisville shot even a normal percentage from three, like just a standard, an average one, not even a bad one, Memphis still probably has a decent shot in this one because their offense wasn't bad in the first half. I mean, Hassan had a good total, and you saw other guys chip in there. If they were able to keep Louisville in the 30s, in the first half, perhaps this could have gone a different way or at least been more competitive. But that was just not the reality today.
Right. Yeah, that first half was a total annihilation. We're talking 57 points given up by Memphis in the first half. I don't even have the breakdown of what the 3-point shooting was like in the first half.
I do. It was 12 of 22 from three. Louisville, by the way, attempted 27 total field goals in the first half. 22 of those were 3-pointers, and they hit 12 of them.
Yep.
If you want to know how this became a 20-point game, despite Memphis attempting more field goals in the first half, that's how it happens.
3-ball.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't even as I was watching the game, Roman, I was watching. You're watching it inside the arena. I'm watching it at home on my TV, and I was like, "There's not many bad takeaways from that first half, especially that I would say the Tigers should have done this differently, and this would have happened." It felt like there was just. They got hit with an avalanche of 3-point shots. Now, maybe there were some things that Penny could have shifted and moved around to make the to stop the 3-point shooting. But they were hitting everything. Guys that don't hit 3-pointers were hitting 3-pointers. Guys that just don't shoot the ball well were shooting the ball well. It just felt like it was just an avalanche of shots made.
Yeah, I mean, take Cation Pryor, for example. He hit 1 3 in Louisville's first 9 games. He was 3 of 3 from 3 in the first half. I mean, Memphis certainly could have defended the 3 a little better. There were a few that were just wide open that had no business being there. But besides that, it felt like Louisville just got really hot, hit a few contested shots, and once they got rolling, there was no stopping them.
Yeah, a couple of those threes were just good shot making. Hand in his face, and it's just a couple of step back threes that just went down. But also, as you said, Roman, some were also wide open threes, and kind of goes to what I've talked about Memphis defensively before. I think Memphis' on-ball defending is not great as a whole. Too often they let guys get by them. And it was just simple dribble penetration. Guys on the perimeter will then find the open space because people have to help off of their man. Guy finds open space, pass to the open man, and it's a 3-pointer. It's wide open.
Yeah.
So
I actually think the biggest negative was not defensively, but offensively. You saw very little playmaking from Memphis in this game. Doug McDaniel particularly didn't get a single assist in this game. That's
shocking.
Bad. That's really, really bad. They finished with 8 assists, but 2 or 3 of those were in the final minute of the game, complete garbage time. They were stuck at 4 or 5 assists for most of the game.
Yeah, that was what if I had one takeaway, that was the one thing that I noticed about this Louisville-Memphis game is that Louisville, they tried to a lot of their offense was based off of getting guys open with the pass, getting guys a lot of ball movement with the pass. With the Tigers, it felt like there was just a bunch of one-on-one play, and you needed these heroic efforts by Hassan Abdul Hakim to keep it even somewhat close for 10 minutes in the first half. You needed Sincere Parker to shoot more than you need Sincere to shoot as much as he normally does in a game. He shot that many in the first half. You needed him to shoot that as many because they just weren't getting the ball. The offense wasn't moving to the next, moving as well as Louisville's was. Louisville's offense was absolutely on a dime. It felt like it felt like watching tape that they knew exactly what Memphis was going to try to do defensively, and they knew exactly what the secondary play was. And that's get the ball into the paint. They knew that Aaron probably would come and rush the ball handler and then just pass it off to the sideline or to the baseline, and it was wide open every time. It felt like Louisville was way more intentional about what they did on offense than the Tigers were tonight.
I mean, they had better talent. They had better coaching. They were just better in basically every facet of the game.
Yeah.
Besides offensive rebounding, Memphis outpaced them pretty good in that, but a lot of that was off of blown bunnies at the rim. So,
yeah, I clocked it pretty early. I did not think Memphis's offense looked crisp, free-flowing whatsoever. Their
No,
off-ball cuts were
so
so
much ISO
lazy,
ball. So
so
much
much
ISO ball.
ISO ball. The ball movement was basically non-existent. But, well, even if there was ball movement, there was no purpose to it. It was just kind of like swing, 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 and then, oh, let's try and find the ball at Hassan, who can post up and be alone, or let's find Sincere, who now has space and now he's going to work alone. There didn't seem to be any purpose with how Memphis was working on the offensive side at all. And there was no moving with intensity, cutting with a purpose, none of that. And credit Louisville's defense, no question. I thought they did a great job, but also a lot of that's on the players for not playing as hard as they should have on the offensive side.
Yeah, I will say that I do kind of wonder what would have happened if Bajak and Bradshaw didn't get in foul trouble in the first half, because for at least the first 4 or 5 minutes, it did seem like Memphis' size and the bigger starting lineup was giving Louisville some issues. But once Bajak and Bradshaw exited from the game for that extended period of time, that's where you saw the Cardinals really start to run away with this one.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, what Timo says is like they start running sets, then it goes 1-1 and it got ugly. Yeah, because as you said, Kenny, Louisville was stopping Memphis's initial plays, and then it would just devolve into, hey, Hassan, let's please do something. Hey, Sincere, please do something. And that's what happened. That's what happened.
Yep. It was there's not a whole lot to say about this game other than that it was just an absolute beatdown by a better team. And I think it's fair to say, like, we've watched a lot of college basketball this season already. This Louisville team is one that I think has a really strong shot. They have everything you need to go make a deep run in the NCAA tournament. They've got young guards. They've got veteran guards. They've got physical defending guards. They have bigs that are extremely active. They have it all. It was just they're a really, really good team. Would you say, is it weird for me to say that I was more impressed by Louisville than I was about Purdue? Like, I think Purdue is good, but Louisville looks like they have it all.
I mean, Louisville was at home, and so I don't want to necessarily point out. Wait, are you closing this? Oh, okay. I think I need to depart here, guys.
Oh,
all right.
Well, good.
Sounds good, Roman. Appreciate you, man.
Right.
Thank you.
All right, man. Peace. No damn security at these away games.
Security, they don't play around, bro.
When I was at the UNLV game last year, I was trying to do the same thing, find a spot to come on the show away, and they're like, "Oh, you can't come back." I was like, "I was just in this area, and I have my pass. What do you mean? Like, I'm allowed to be here. I was just in this."
Where was this at? This was at
UNLV game last year at Las Vegas.
Yeah,
and it was weird. Like, they just whatever. It's okay. Thank you, shout out Roman though for joining us all the way up in Louisville at the Yum Center, trying to deal with whatever securities happening over there.
Hey,
go ahead, Kenny. I'm sorry.
These security guards at these different arenas, and they're the same way at Memphis. I'm telling you, they feel themselves a lot when it comes to who goes where and where they go. Even if you have a badge, it's pretty crazy. But shout out to Roman making the trip up to Louisville. Get back safely, dude. Don't drive crazy. But it's gonna get, I don't know what it's like over in beautiful San Diego. It's probably 75 degrees and sunny, but
it's nice.
It's that weather that's in Louisville right now is about to come to Memphis in a few hours. It's gonna be cold tomorrow. Cold tomorrow.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, Louisville's just a better team. They're just a better team.
No, Louisville's really damn good. They have a great coach. It's such a well-rounded roster. I saw it in the Discord. I can't remember who said it, so I apologize for forgetting. But someone in our Discord said that this is essentially as good of a college basketball roster that you could have. It's got experience. It's got length. It has athleticism. It has a star freshman. It has like a top 5 pick in next year's NBA draft. It's just a really damn good team. And when you face a team that talented, that doesn't miss from 3, it's going to be hard to beat them. It's going to be hard. It was the perfect storm for Louisville to obliterate Memphis. No question. I have some stats on Louisville's shooting that because they touched on a little bit in the broadcast, but so I tried to look things up myself to see how really good is this Louisville team from three. So entering the game, Louisville shot 36% from three. But Kenny, take a guess. I think they mentioned the broadcast, so maybe you know. Take a guess how many 3-pointers they take per game entering this one.
They take or make? I thought they said
Take.
Take. I don't know. I thought it was like their high was like 22, right? They made 22 in a game or something like that.
Yeah, so they take 35.2 threes per game. That's third in the country, Kenny. They essentially play like an NBA team.
Wow.
In terms of how they run their offense. They're just jacking up threes. They take so many threes.
Yeah.
And in terms of makes per game, they're second in the country, 12.7 makes per game. Again, math is not my strong suit, but 12 times 3 is 36. That's 36 points right there that you're just going to, on average, score just from the three. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That's nuts. And they're seventh. Louisville's seventh in points per game. They average 93.8 points per game in college basketball, Kenny. In college, they average 93. What is that? Like that? This is a damn good basketball team. Their offense is a well-oiled machine with talent across the board. It's a good team, man. Like I cannot stress this enough. That this is a Louisville team that played to its ceiling, that played to its full potential, and Memphis just so happened to be the bug that the car just smashed with its windshield.
Dude, they outscored the Tigers by 45 points from the 3-point line.
Like, what is that? Yeah. Timo said we only attempted 10-3. Yeah, that's not how you win basketball games in 2025. That's not it.
45 points from the free throw line or 3-point line is wild. I did want to. We are going to in the second half of this show. I've been starring and highlighting a bunch of comments from people in the comment section, and we are going to get to those. But before we do that, I wanted to let's go through some positives for the Tigers. I know it was a 99-73 loss. So there's not a ton of positives to be all that excited about. But what are some of the positive takeaways from this game?
Hassan is a bucket. Yeah, he's going to be a problem in the American. Hassan Abdul-Hakim is going to be a legit problem for American Athletic Conference teams to guard. Like he's already showing signs as to why Penny was so high on him in the preseason and why Roman have lauded him and how important his return to the lineup would be when he came back from his injury in the offseason. He's really good. Like he's legit. He's got size. He can get to his spot. He can get downhill. He can finish. This was by far Hassan's best game. 18 points. I mean, might as well just call him player of the game. Like he is player of the game for the Memphis Tigers. 18 points, 7 for 13 from the floor, 2 of 3 from 3 when Memphis needed those 3-pointers.
Yeah,
his shot is kind of weird.
It's funky.
It's a little weird. He doesn't jump, Kenny. He kind of it's kind of like a set shot. It's kind of like he's shooting a free throw. Honestly, it feels like he's shooting a free throw when he takes a 3. He doesn't really jump. It's just a set shot, but that thing went in today. 2 of 3 from deep. He's still a really solid playmaker. No assists today, but playmaking was a problem for the whole team. But defensively, you saw good stuff. 2 steals, 1 block from Hassan, 4 rebounds as well. Yeah, man, that's by far the best positive to take away is this was the Hassan Abdul-Hakim game.
Yeah, and only his 3rd game for the Tigers this year, right? Like obviously against Baylor, he was out personal reasons. The 2 previous games before coming back from an injury, the deep thigh bruise, he had only had 7 points in 2 games, right? And so you saw some things, you saw some flashes in what he could do in terms of moving the ball, in terms of being a playmaker, in terms of on the offensive side, on the shooting the ball, on the making basket side, it left little to be desired. But even some of the baskets he made, you're like, oh, okay, like I see how that's repeatable, right? Like how those things can be repeatable for the Tigers. Today was just a better game. It was just a game where he got put in a position where he had to score. He had to, and whether it's the offense wasn't flowing well, the offense wasn't moving the ball well. He ended up getting the ball with, at the time in the shot clock where he had to shoot the ball, and he made shots. And so 18 points tonight, 4 rebounds, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line. He had 0 assists, which I think if we were to look at the box score, if we look at the team stats, that is going to be a big issue for this Tigers team is the assists. They only had 8 assists in the entire game. Louisville had 24 assists. Like that, there's a lot of and I think what you see with that is that just tells you there was very little ball movement by the Tigers, very little flow to the offensive game, which then makes a lot of sense when you take a look at it and say they shot only 20 free throws in this entire game. Louisville only shot 25, but they also shot 35 times from the 3-point line. Like, right. So if they were shooting 2-point shots, a lot of times they were getting fouled off of that. And so the Tigers shot 10 3-pointers the entire game and only had 20 free throws, which means they only got fouled. I guess if most of them are 2-point foul shots, they only got fouled 10 times in that game on shots, right? And that is just that tells me lack of ball movement. That tells me a lot of ISO, a lot of one-on-one. And just truthfully, in the college game, if you're playing a lot of ISO one-on-one ball, you're not going to get fouls called for you, right? Like, you're just not going to get fouls called. But Hassan played well tonight. I think it was 7 of 13 or 8 of 13 from the field. 7 of 13 from the field. Played well. Had a good game. My second positive that I would take is offensive rebounding was good for the Tigers. They are, and I think Penny really focused in on that at the beginning of the game because he started 3 dudes that were 6'7" and above, right? Aaron Bradshaw, Simon Majock, and Zach Davis. And then who else was the starter? It was Doug and Hassan. So you got 4 guys that are 6'8" and above with Doug McDaniel out there. This Tigers team fought hard on the boards tonight. I thought they did really well with that. I thought especially on the offensive side of the ball, they had 16 offensive rebounds to 8 for Louisville, 17 defensive rebounds to 26, which just not great shooting for the Tigers today. So
yeah. Well, we talked about the 3-point defense too. Looking at a giant lineup like that, it's going to be hard for guys to defend the perimeter that well when they are not used to always being out there to defend the perimeter, to guard dudes who are going to be moving off ball, finding those spaces, who's going to be put in difficult situations. It's tough, man. It's Hassan, like you said, he's just getting his legs underneath him in terms of playing college ball this season. Simon Majock just started. He's 19 years old. He's a freshman, and he is far from being a great perimeter defender. He's far from that. Aaron Bradshaw, same thing. Bradshaw, I think, is not really switchable. People get by him really easily. He's too out of control. I don't think he's a good perimeter guy either. And Zach Davis is your best perimeter defender, but that's only one dude. Like you shouted out in our group chat and in the Discord, you would have liked to see some William Morton. I agree. I would have loved to see some William Morton because we've praised his ability to switch on the perimeter and guard players out there. I think Memphis needed that today in terms of the actions and off-ball movements that Louisville had against the Tigers. But yeah, the perimeter defense was tough. Yeah, tough today. And with a lineup that big who's not used to being out there, kind of makes some sense.
Yeah, I mean, there was very little pushback from the Tigers backcourt when it comes to defense. The ball movement was so easy for Louisville because they were getting so deep into the lane. Like they were the goal for most, you could tell by the way that Pat Kelsey coaches that team. He wants his guards to get past their man, get a foot in the paint and pass it out. Right. Like that's kind of what he does. And when you see that happening over and over and over again, the first line of defense is that backcourt defender who's just not defending, right? And so it just stresses the entire defense, especially when you're playing guys who are not used to having to recover out to the 3-point line. And so there was just so many. The one biggest fix immediately would be those backcourt guards guarding their man, guarding their yard better. They just did not guard well. There was multiple times, and we're probably going to talk about him in the second segment, but Ashton just did not seem interested at all to play defense tonight. He just Olay defense the entire time he was out there. It was very frustrating to watch, which is why I put in the comments, like, I would love to have seen William Wharton, because at least you might not get the supposed offensive abilities of Ashton Hardaway out there, but you're actually absolutely going to get effort, right? Like, and I just didn't see that tonight. I thought there was a lot of lack of effort by specific players on this team.
Yeah, and I'm a proponent of this too. Timo said earlier, need to play more zone, use length like Syracuse. I've said this before, that I think Memphis defensively is better when they play a zone. They've run a 1-3-1 zone before. They've run a 1-2-2 zone before, and it's been effective. And I feel like they are a better team when they use their length. They just play a matchup zone defense, and they have guys who guard a space, not necessarily have to guard a man in literally a man-to-man. You're guarding a space, and I think Memphis is better when they are defending like that than trying to do just straight up man-to-man. Because I don't think against teams like Louisville, against the upper echelon teams, I don't think they're switchable enough.
Right.
Are they switchable enough against American teams? Yeah,
probably.
I think so.
Yes. Yeah.
Against like the upper crust of college basketball, I don't think they're switchable enough. Playing against guards who, are pro prospects at whatever level. I just don't think defensively they have that in them.
Yeah, you have to wonder if at times that this is true. Robert Smith says, I don't know if this group of players fits the kind of style that Penny wants to run. The problem is that this is Penny's team. He recruited them. He signed them, right? Yep. So I think that this may be true to a degree, but I do think he has pieces on this team that could do what he wants them to do. I just listen. They just went on a three game winning streak against non-conference opponents, specifically Baylor, that are talented teams that on paper are more talented than this Tigers team, and they played very well and won those games. This game they did not. There were some obvious flaws that happened in this game by the Tigers that were then compounded by the fact that Louisville played at an elite level today, and it just became one of those snowball type of things. I don't necessarily look at this as this shows the obvious, like, this is what we're going to experience the rest of the year. It hasn't been that way all year. This team is now 4-5 on the year. They still have an opportunity to play Vanderbilt and Mississippi State to close out the non-conference. They could go 1-1 or 2-0 in those games. And we're talking about a 500 or a one game below 500 run in this non-conference schedule heading into conference schedule. We're not talking about a lost season here. I think that if we're trying to build this program build this season off of the non-conference like they did last year, then the season's over in that regard. You're not getting a 5 seed based off of your non-conference schedule. But I think there's still things that are out. This team showing some things, showing some fight, showing some different things that will help them as they move further into conference schedule. I am as little upset as I've ever been about a almost 30-point loss. Like, to me, this was a combination of things you can put your fingers on. Tigers had some lapses defensively, and Louisville blasted them for it. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. Yeah.
No, I echo those sentiments. I have a lot of thoughts to say in response to a lot of the people in these comments.
I really do feel like the only bad loss is UNLV at this point, right? Like, that UNLV loss was awful, and I think we had every right to come into the game come into the Tigers Live postgame show and be very upset about the way that they looked. It was almost a lot like the Arkansas State game last year, right? Yeah. Where you go up against a team that you're supposed to beat and you just come out flat. And so that was a frustrating loss. That was a bad loss. Ole Miss, not a great team, but it's very difficult to win in Oxford. Purdue, number 1 team in the country. Wake Forest, you had that game. That game was yours, and you lost it. And you know why you lost it, and it was because Penny Hardaway crapped the bed at the end of the game coaching. You won the other games that you're supposed to win, and then you played Louisville and got smacked. Like, I feel like a lot of these outcomes are outcomes that I expected. The only bad one was the UNLV game. Am I wrong on that?
No, you're absolutely right. We've brought this up many times, said the same sentiments. The only bad loss truly is the UNLV game. That's also truly the only game where they just gave up against an inferior team. But in a game in this game today, like I said at the top of the show, I still believe in this team's fight toughness. I believe they have that dog in them to play at the very least extremely hard night in, night out. But when you face a team that hits back-breaking 3 after back-breaking 3 after back-breaking 3, and I can just keep going, Kenny, to end the first half.
18 of them joints.
Bro, at the end of the first half, Louisville hit 6 straight threes. They didn't make 6 straight shots. They made 6 straight threes.
Right.
It's human nature. It's at that point to just be like, well, damn. Like, all right, we're gonna go into halftime.
Yeah,
we're gonna come out the second half and do what we can. But like, damn, man, like it's just not our night. It's not our day. It's not our game. And this just was not Memphis's day. No. When you face a team that turns into the 2017 Warriors, that is what it is, man. Like you move on.
Yeah,
you got to move on.
Timo said this perfectly. The only thing that pissed me off about the entire game was that Kason Pryor dude going off on us again. You remember the USF game? What is that? What's that Will Ferrell movie where he plays? Is it Jackie Moon? He looks like Jackie Moon out there playing.
Yeah, where he played for the Flint Tropics. What's the name of that film? Oh, damn. What's the name of that film?
I forgot.
No, it's Tropic Thunder is a different film. That's not the same movie. What's it? Damn.
I forget. Will Ferrell playing Jackie Moon. Look it up. That's who Kason Pryor reminds me of.
Can't remember.
He reminds me of the dude from oh gosh, the basketball movie where the devil who's oh man, I'll find
Luck of the Irish?
No, it's anyway. He's a caricature of a lot of goofy basketball players in movies, and he hit 3 straight threes, and that kind of pissed me off.
Semi-pro.
That's it. Robert Smith said Pete Davidson only with less of a tan. That's hilarious.
Yeah. I didn't know if I saw this. I didn't know if this was on purpose. Machine Gun by threes, because he kind of looked like Machine Gun Kelly.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Go Harwell. I don't know if you did that on purpose as a pun.
Well done.
But if you did, well done. Like I see, that's really nice. But he kind of looked like Machine Gun Kelly. So yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Hey, let's take a break. When we come back, Francis, I want to. We have a ton of comments that I want to get to. We are going to get to your comments. It's gonna be an all comment section. We got a lot to discuss. We'll walk through it and maybe try to help ease some of the tension within this comment section right now. But let's take a break. When we come back, we'll do that. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. In the heart of the Highland Strip for 27 years, Trilogy Tattoo has helped tell stories for Memphians for generations. Located at 530 South Highland, Richie and his team are waiting to help you tell yours.
From tattoos to piercings, your body art should be as unique as you are. Voted a Memphis Flyer top 3 tattoo shop in the city of Memphis since day one. Your story will be safe here at Trilogy Tattoo.
Open 7 days a week, Monday through Saturday, 11 to 11, and 3 to 11 on Sundays. They have convenient times waiting on you. Let Trilogy Tattoo help you tell your story.
Would you be in favor of a G5 playoff? I mean, I know you want a seat at the table. I know that there is value right now in being the G5 champ and getting a bid to the playoff. Would you not just rather just have a expanded playoff in the G5 and have like a championship you could actually compete for?
I don't know. I don't know. I've kind of always been against that, and I know the reality is that the likelihood of Memphis ever actually making a title in football is basically zero. But I don't know. There's just something that makes it feel
second rate.
Right.
Yeah. I would love to see the European soccer relegation system.
I would be all for that. If you had two separate championships and the champion or the top teams from the G5 had the opportunity the next season to play in the P4, I'd be all about it. I don't think it will ever happen, but that would be awesome.
The SEC would never agree to it.
Yeah.
Tune into the Two Buck Sports Show with Rusty Witten and Drew Gann, Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Tigers Live. As bad as that feels, man, Kenny, as bad as that loss feels, you know what would make me happier?
What's that?
A peanut butter burger from Mugshots Grill and Bar. That would make me happier. I'm just waiting, Kenny.
I keep forgetting to send one to you. This is on me. This is all my fault.
You're killing me, man. Like you talked about it that one time when we had the Tigers Live there, and it just sounds so good. I want it really bad. Yep. Hey, but I will be in Memphis December 31st to January 4th. I will celebrate New Year's with my family. I'll be in Memphis. I'll be back home. Hopefully we can do a live Tigers Live. I think the one game that they have going on is they play at Rice. So it is an away game. We'll see if we can do something for that. If we can, that would be dope. I'm just happy to be back home. I'm happy that I'm going back home, going back to my city, seeing my family, seeing my friends, seeing you, Kenny, seeing people from Bluff City Media. I'm really excited for that. Hopefully, we can get a Tigers Live going at Mugshots Grill and Bar, the South's premier sports grill and bar with 2 locations in the Mid-South. 6400 Goodman Road in Olive Branch, Mississippi, and 656 West Poplar Avenue in Collierville, Tennessee. Some sports bars, they can be stuffy, the food not satisfying, and the environment not friendly to cheer on your favorite teams, but that is not Mugshots. Mugshots isn't stuffy. It's laughter, high fives, big burgers, and even better company. Check out www.mugshotsgrillandbar.com and check out their menu, or you can even order online for pickup or delivery. Especially, the weather's going to get a little bad in the Mid-South. It's going to get dicey. So, support people trying to grind, make a buck. Uber Eats, DoorDash, something. Support those dudes trying to make money delivering food like that. Get some food delivered from Mugshots. Get yourself some burgers, some good food to make you feel better while you're at home. Hopefully I'll do that.
Yeah, Robert asked, do you have to have multiple drinks before you order a peanut butter burger? Listen, Robert, I'm telling you, the first time I went to Mugshots, I went with my family. It was like my dad calls me and he's like, hey, we're going after church. We're going to Mugshots. Come and hang out with us. And I said, sure. So I brought my wife, my kids up there. We all sat down and my dad was like, you've got to try this peanut butter burger. And my first response was, the hell are you talking about? Like, that sounds crazy, right? So I didn't get it. My dad got it. It's the one that he loves. I got another burger. It's delicious. I'm a big bacon burger fan, like barbecue sauce. I just love that. And I said, you know what? like he said, this is what I get every single time. And I said, you know what? I'm going to try it. So the next time I went, I tried it. And let me tell you, you would think that a burger with peanut butter on it would make you as thirsty as you've ever been. It does make you thirsty, but it's got awesome beef, awesome peanut butter, awesome bacon on top of a, like, all square in the middle of an amazing bun that comes specific. I need to get the information. They told me where it comes from. There's a place where it comes from, and the buns are phenomenal. But here's the thing. Even if it does make you thirsty, bro, they got the best drinks. They got really good beer on tap. They've got awesome bartenders there. They've got everything you can think of. It is a fantastic burger. You absolutely need to try it. And we had planned to do a Tigers Live watch party with the Mississippi State game in Starkville on December 20th. We had put that in the calendar. We were putting together the banners for it. We're going to start promoting it. And then I realized, bro, Christian Fowler's getting married that day. Christian Fowler from On the Bluff is getting married that day in Oxford, Mississippi. I can't go. I've known Christian since he was 18 years old. Yeah. I cannot miss his wedding. He is like a little brother to me, and so he's getting married on December 20th. So I'm heading to Oxford with my beautiful wife. We're going to go celebrate Christian and his fiance, soon to be wife, Anna Ruth. They're getting married. So we're not going to be able to do one with the Mississippi State game. We're working it out. You said hopefully. I am guaranteeing that for the December 31st to January 4th, when you were in town in Memphis, we are going to have a live Tigers Live show at Mugshots Grill and Bar out in Collierville, highlighting a Tigers game. We're going to do a live Tigers Live afterwards. It's going to be a massive watch party. Everybody needs to come out. You get to meet Francis. You get to see that glorious hair in
person. You get to see the flow. It'll be cleaned up. Yeah. You know, I'll be ready to go. I'm just excited to go back home. It's been too long. I haven't seen my family in a minute. I haven't been back to Memphis since 2023, so it's been a few years. Yeah, I'm pumped. I'm so excited to be home. See y'all. Everyone who's Rock with Tigers Live, please come to the show. Please come to the live show. Shout out to all of y'all who have done so. Can't wait to meet all of you wonderful people. All of you wonderful people. So, yeah, shout out to Mugshots Grill and Bar. Shout out to all the sponsors for Bluff City Media. Y'all are fantastic. And shout out to Christian Fowler getting married. Heck yeah. Congratulations, Christian.
So we've been having fun. We're talking about mugshots. We're talking about Christian Fowler. Bill in the comment section does not like that we're talking about that we're happy campers, right? Like we're happy campers. We are. How about some constructive, honest opinions about this so-called game? I feel like that was the first segment. I feel like we did a really good job of constructive, honest opinions. We gave our honest opinions. They probably don't match exactly what Bill wants it to be, because Bill said he's crashing out a little bit. And I wanted to, and it's okay. Like, it's totally fine for Bill to crash out. He said apathy has set in. Thanks, Penny. I would say that this post shows that apathy has not set in, because it is 5:30 on Saturday afternoon, and you are in a Tigers Live post-game show talking about this game. You're still clearly you're not apathetic. Like, if there was a level of apathy set in, probably wouldn't have even watched the game. Probably wouldn't be in the Tigers Live comment section. I want to say to you, like, shout out Bill for being here. And we appreciate it. I know you're upset about this game. And obviously, like, I don't like that they lost 99-73. Nobody likes that. But yeah, I don't think apathy has set in. Would you agree?
No, I don't think so at all. I'm also to people who hold that opinion of, you know, us doing the show and how we've reacted. What do you want us to do? Do you want us to curse out Penny Hardaway, curse out the Memphis Tigers program, have a full-blown crash out where we get super pissed off, say the season is a lost cause, we're never going to care about the Tigers ever again, this team sucks, they're under-talented, Penny's done an awful job recruiting, this team has no identity, this team, like, is that what you all would want us to do? Because that is not healthy. Like, it's not healthy. And two, dude, there's still a lot of basketball left in this entire season. Nobody thought Memphis was going to beat Louisville. Nobody. No one thought they'd even give them a game, quite frankly. Does it suck that Memphis lost by 26 points? Sure, of course it sucks. And I don't want anyone to think that I'm happy about that or that Kenny's happy that Memphis is lost by 26. But if you are coming to Tigers Live, if you're coming to any form like this and just wanting to see us get absolutely livid at a team right now, that's not going to happen. Talk to me and Kenny and Roman midway through the American Athletic Conference season.
Oh, we'll crash out with you. Oh, yeah.
If this team genuinely is like at best 500 in the conference, has bad losses to North Texas, they lose that Rice game where we have our live Tigers Live. They lose that Rice game, Kenny. In the game that I'm back home for, where we do a live Tigers Live. Oh, we're crashing out. Like we are crashing out.
There'll be a crash out.
I'll probably just get smashed. I'll get drunk. Like I'll just get absolutely hammered on Tigers Live. I'll just be a mess because that would be terrible. But if you came to this show, to this episode of Tigers Live, after that performance against number 9 Louisville, I think they're number 9.
Number 11.
Number 11 Louisville on the road. No, that's not what you're going to get from me. That's not what you're going to get from Kenny. Because no one thought Memphis was going to be even in the same gym as this team. And it just so happens that as like I said before, Louisville played to their total ceiling. Like this, they played to their top potential. This was the best performance probably from them the entire year with how well they shot the ball. And you're not going to beat a team this talented if that's what happens. Now, I will be fair, as fair as I hopefully always am to people who are in the comments who feel a certain way about this team, even in the Discord as well. I think the most fair point that I've seen to counter any positivity that we may have about this team is, yes, this team is not as talented as before. We know that. But even the teams in the past that were very talented, they still struggled in the conference to a solid extent, to an extent that none of us were expecting nor happy with. And those teams were more talented than this one. So why would we think that it's just going to be a cakewalk in the American now when this team is quote unquote less talented? Not quote unquote, it is less talented. I think that is the 100% most fair criticism of positivity regarding this team. I think that's fair because we saw it in the past how talented those teams were. I loved last year's team. I loved the talent on last year's team, but they still had moments in the conference where they struggled. Yes, they won the conference, but there were still games where they didn't play up to their potential. And this team can't afford that. They can't afford to just let individual talent take over and hopefully scrape by and get some wins and in close moments, because this team isn't as talented as teams in the past. So I agree with that. The counterpoint to that, Kenny, is this conference is terrible. It's worse than last year. It is so bad, even compared to last year's American Athletic Conference, that I still believe, and I know a lot of people are now like, oh, how do we feel about the Tigers in the conference? Can they still win the conference? That's the question on everybody's mind. My answer, and I'm not going to speak for anyone else, and I have beef to pick with Gabe Kuhn and Christian about On the Bluff. I got beef.
And me too, because I said it too.
Yeah. Y'all are taking the field? Go ahead, take the field. Go ahead, put money on the field over Memphis, even right now. Go ahead. Go right ahead. If you like losing money, cool. You like losing money? That's fine. It's not my money. Like you want to lose money.
I was gonna see if I could hold $10 from you. See if I can hold $10 and put it on the field.
Go put it on the field. Dude, this conference is trash. Like, it is so bad.
It is.
Like Memphis is still more talented than every team in this conference. Now, again, is it better than last year's team? No, but in terms of how bad the conference, it's way better. This team is still way better. I have no doubt in my mind that I think this team will still win the American Athletic Conference. That's my belief.
So I wanted to say there's, and maybe this person has been in the comment section a lot, But Lion and a Lamb has been in the comment section all night tonight, and I really appreciate what they're saying. Whoever they are, they're really bringing out some good points. The problem is not that it's not like we have a couple of killers on the roster that just aren't playing well. The problem is we can all see that we aren't a good team talent-wise. And I think if you were to take in terms of talent level where this Tigers team is, I would say compared to last year's team, this is a step down in talent. I said this from the beginning of the season. I got roasted for saying that this roster wasn't as good as last year's roster because you clearly you're talking about losing a PJ Haggerty, a Dane Danger, a Tyrese Hunter, guys who at any given moment could take over a game. The killers on the team last year. The Tigers don't have that this year. But what they do have is they have size and effort that they give. And so I think that this is I would agree that this team is not as talented as what last year's team was. And Penny talked about that this week in a couple of his press conferences that he did. A lot of it was that he waited until he heard about PJ and heard about Dane to figure out what he was going to do next, right?
Yeah.
And I think what happened, you lost out on some players that were ready to come to Memphis, waiting on Dane's waiver and waiting on PJ to make his decision. It's the part of college basketball, college sports in general, with the NIL and transfer portal era, where that's a risk that you have to take, right? Like that's a risk. And unfortunately it seems like this team that this roster's overall talent level took a hit because of Penny waiting for Dane and waiting for PJ. But I would say based outside of maybe this game is outside of that. I think that Penny has done a good job of getting these guys effort-wise ready to play and maximize the talent level that they do have. We'll see what it looks like in conference. We'll see what it looks like when they play teams that are in their conference where they have the legit opportunity to win and go to the NCAA tournament. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think it's an unfair statement to say that this roster is not as talented.
Yeah.
Lion and Lamb also asked, will you guys talk about our competitiveness in NIL relative to the P4? I'll be honest with you, Lion and a Lamb. I don't know what exactly the breakdown is right now, because I think a couple of years ago, when the collectives were actively engaging with the NIL stuff, I had a better understanding of what the NIL situation was for the University of Memphis, specifically the basketball program. Now that everything has gone in-house with Ed Scott and everything is rev share related and the collectives have been disbanded at this point, to the point where any money that's raised, any revenue that's earned by these programs goes into the rev share pot. That's where all of the NIL money is coming from. And so I don't have I'll just be frank with you. I don't have any inside source within the athletic department that tells me this is how much of percentage of rev share that the Tiger basketball team is getting compared to other schools. I just don't know.
Right.
I would say that it's probably not as high as some of these Power 4 schools. I would say clearly it's not. I do know that Ed Scott, even this week in the Charles Huff press conferences, talked about how they are as close as they've ever been to being full rev share capable, which is $20 million in rev share. I do know that the $20 million is a cap for all athletic departments in Division I sports.
Yep.
I do know that's their goal, and he thinks that they're going to get there soon. They're not there yet, but we don't have any numbers. So I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly what the numbers are.
I also want to bring this comment up from Robert Smith. Shout out, Robert. You've always been also very active in our comment section.
Shout out,
Support
Robert.
Tigers Live. Shout out to you, man. But should the players hold us hostage while they decide? Seems like the university is the loser on that one. I think we all agree that the reason why this team is in the state that it is, roster-wise, talent-wise, is because, as you said, Kenny, Penny was waiting on PJ for him to make his decision, figure out what's going to happen, and then waiting on Dane's waiver. Now, the point I want to bring up to you, Robert, is I don't think it's fair to characterize it as players holding the team hostage. It was PJ doing his due diligence, determining if he should go pro, figure out his value at other teams. It's a free market in college basketball. Like he has all that ability and freedom to make his decision in whatever he sees best fit for himself as a person. We live in a capitalistic society, don't we? That's essentially what it is. You know,
Yep.
I'm not here to get political, but that's the right of those people, for good or for bad, And he was just exercising his right. That's all PJ did. It was Penny's decision to wait on PJ.
Mhm.
Now, whether or not you think that was the right decision or the wrong one, that's your call. That's your opinion. It's what it is. Penny decided to wait on PJ because that was his guy. That's who played for him. He wanted to show him loyalty. Like if I were Penny, I would have done the same thing to show loyalty to a guy who just played for me. And loyalty makes a difference. And it's just unfortunate that PJ chose not to come back for whatever reason. And then you talk about the Dane thing. Well, it was a waiver we were waiting on. And dude, you're going to tell me you would have rather tried to get some other big and say Dane's waiver goes through, but then the roster spot's gone, the money's not there.
Yeah.
Like, no, I don't think so. You would, again, show loyalty to the dudes who played for you, gave them your all for a whole season. And Kenny, in this day and age of college basketball, college sports in general, loyalty has to mean something. And showing that you give a damn about your guy has to mean something. And if you just throw that away to just give your soul to the ruthlessness of the NIL market, to the transfer portal market, then that will have a trickle-down effect on other players. Like, I don't want to play for this guy. He's just going to throw me out after a season if I try and exercise my right to figure out my value on the open market. I don't want to play for that guy if he's just going to throw me to the side. Like, and so that's how I feel.
Well, I will say, Penny did put a time frame on PJ Haggerty. He did put a time frame on him. He said, you have until this day to make a decision. And I can say this, PJ wanted to come back to Memphis, but it was post that time period, and it was way too late. The money had already been allocated. It had already been done. The situation was done. And so there was a level of waiting until you couldn't wait any longer. Right. Like, obviously the Dane situation is different because it's a waiver type situation, which still doesn't make sense to me. He played 9 minutes for Baylor his freshman year.
Insane. It's insane.
And yet you've got guys who played multiple years pro overseas who are now playing for Ole Miss. You've got guys who played multiple years for the G League Ignite who are now on the bench at Louisville tonight. Right. Like,
didn't Louisville have a guy who played in Greece professionally in this game? I thought that's what he said in the game.
The Greek kid, the 6'8" Greek kid that looked like freaking Hercules out there was a former pro player in Greece. They had the kid that was
the G League guy,
multiple years in the G League Ignite program, came to Louisville. He didn't play tonight, but he's there. The Dane waiver makes no sense. The NCAA does things in such a way that it's just arbitrary and you don't understand why they do what they do. So yes, I think that there are legit frustrations with the way that this roster was built, but it is the transfer portal era. This is what happens, right? Like, this happened other schools that happened this year. The only thing that's going to change it is if somehow the NCAA and whether it's the federal government, whether it's the states that are involved, whether they come in and they make absolute rule changes to how the transfer portal works. I have zero issue with NIL. I think NIL is actually really helpful in a lot of ways. It helps players. It makes the college game better because it allows guys who probably should stay in college longer stay in college because they can make some money while they're in college and not have to go pro and then just get washed into the NBA system. But I think absolutely the transfer portal era, the unrestricted free agency that transfer portal era has become in college sports, it needs to change. Like, there needs to be some kind of parameters, whether it be a 2-year contract, whether it be listen, you if you're a G5 school like Memphis is, Power 4 schools can't come for 2 years to get to. You got to play in the G5 the G5 ranks for 2 years before a Power 4 school could come and get you. It it just changes. There's got to be some changes there, I think. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Because with the way it is now, G5 teams are basically like the minor leagues for the big name schools and all college sports. Let's just call it, not even just that's what it is for coaches. That's what it is for players. It just feels like it's a developmental league, developmental conference to find your way into a Duke, a Kansas, a Kentucky, a Louisville, or whatever. Like, that's what it feels like in college sports. I can't echo that sentiment enough. We could talk about that for hours.
I mean, you have to understand how this whole thing works. The NCAA is a $4 billion not-for-profit, right? They are, and 2/3 to like almost 3/4 of their budget comes from our taxpayer dollars. It's funded by the federal government, which is funded by our taxpayer dollars. Yeah. And yet the NCAA has absolutely zero legislation, or not even legislation, zero oversight within Congress, zero oversight. There is no oversight. There is nothing. Oh. They are literally able to make decisions however they want to make decisions. And they
jury, and executioner.
They take that. They take that money. They take that $4 billion of profit for a not for profit institution, and they give it. And they give a lot of it to lobbyists in Washington that lobby the federal government to keep oversight away from the NCAA. And so this is about keeping and maintaining power for the schools that are powerful, for these Power 4 schools that are attached to the networks, attached to the big TV markets, attached to, the blue bloods, if you will. Decisions are going to be made that are going to absolutely prohibit teams like Memphis from making those steps up. The question is like, can Memphis fight through that? Like, that's where we're at. That's where we're at in this, right? Yep. Like, and so one of the questions that was asked a few minutes ago by Sean, or not even a question, a statement, he said, I feel like the rebuild of the Liberty Bowl is killing us. I think yes and no. All right. Like, Sean, I understand exactly what you're saying. A large portion of every dollar that the University of Memphis gets in donations, most of it is going to the Liberty Bowl, to the Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium rebuild right now. Because for the Liberty Bowl, for the Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium, to be able to get full funding, if you remember, the Fred Smith Family Foundation put in a $50 million matching donation, or a matching gift, which means they gave 50 only if the University of Memphis is able to match that 50. So you have $100 million on top of what the money is coming in from the state of Tennessee to the city of Memphis for the stadium renovations. So that's where the money's coming from right now. And I think this is as current as I can remember. The University of Memphis has raised $38 million of that 50 needed to have that full $50 million matching donation given by the Fred Smith Family Foundation. So yes, right now, in this moment, right now, in on December 13th at 5:48 p.m. Central Standard Time in Memphis, Tennessee, yes, the Liberty Bowl, the Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium rebuild is hampering a lot of what the funding would be, the revenue sharing would be for the individual programs that need NIL money. But what it's doing, though, you have to understand, without that Liberty Bowl, without that Simmons Bank Liberty Stadium being renovated, without the FedEx money involved, without the sponsorships engaged, Memphis is a dead administration, a dead sports department walking if they don't do what they're doing right now. And so, yes, in this moment, it might be very frustrating, but it is 100% what has to be done for Memphis to stay relevant heading into 2030, when all of the networks and all of the contracts are up for these massive football programs. You have to be able to compete. And if you're not, if you say we're not going to renovate the stadium, we're not going to match the funding by the Fred Smith Family Foundation, we're not going to engage with FedEx and all this, you don't compete. And then you have a dead administration. You have a dead athletic department. Nobody wants that. So yes, it might be frustrating right now, but this is setting up for the future.
I have nothing else to add. That makes tons of sense. It's a move that is more for the long-term success, stability of the Memphis athletic department, for the whole athletic department, top to bottom, for Memphis to stay relevant in college athletics, and hopefully, it will come to fruition in that regard. But I think as you said, Kenny, that's the only way for them to maintain relevancy and progress during this age of college athletics.
And I'll say this, I probably got a lot of what I said wrong. There's probably a lot of nuances and details that I got wrong. And I know for a fact that Ed Scott, the athletic director for the University of Memphis, listens, reads, and watches everything that comes out about the University of Memphis. And so, Dr. Ed Scott, if you're watching this, we would love to talk to you about this. If we're wrong, we're on your side. We're trying to be as helpful as we can possibly be. We'd love to have you come on and let us talk to you,
please.
and talk to the people about it, because there's no better spokesman for the University of Memphis athletic department than Ed Scott. And so we'd love to have him on.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, that would be awesome. I think A, we'd have a great time, and B, we'll have great conversation, talk about just Memphis sports, Memphis Tigers athletics in general. Your point, Kenny, that you made about the NCAA, really, it's just a cycle of them just trying to maintain power. Sounds a lot like life to me, man. That just kind of sounds very familiar to the state of this country. Like, it's just is what it is, and it's not really. It's rare for that to even change. Like, what can even really be done? Who really knows? But yeah, it's tough. Go ahead, Katie.
I don't know exactly. I don't know, and forgive me for being ignorant. I don't know what the upswing since the Tigers got the University of Memphis got their own Board of Regents. I don't know exactly the Nashville Board of Regents. I don't know what that was. Lion and Lamb, please hit me up and tell me what that means, because we're about to close this thing down. But I would love to know what you're talking about, because I don't know.
Yeah, the last points I want to make are, I saw a comment earlier from Bill again. Let me see if I can pull it up. He asked, why go to the next home game? I'm going to tell you all why. And the answer is really simple, because it's the Memphis Tigers.
Yeah, man.
It's a team that plays for your city. It's a team that gives their all whenever they play on a basketball court. It's a team coached by Penny Hardaway, a man who bleeds for the city of Memphis. Blood, sweat, and tears. He devotes his life to the city of Memphis. It's a team that still plays really hard too. I'm trying to find the comment. I don't see it right now, and I apologize. Someone said that at least this team, I'll take a less talented team over a talented team that doesn't care any day. This team may not be that talented, but I'm willing to bet all the money I have that this team gives a damn, that they care. Now, I can't speak for some teams in the past, but I'm pretty confident in this one that they do care about playing for the city of Memphis and giving their all. This season is not over. Why should you come to the next home game? Because they have a chance to beat a really damn good Vanderbilt team, and they need your support for that to happen.
Yeah.
If the FedEx Forum is dead and there's no one there and the crowd doesn't exist, that just makes it harder for them to pull off an upset against a damn good Vanderbilt team. So they need y'all there, man. That they need y'all to support this team.
And I can feel it in your voice right now. That statement of why should we show up frustrates you, because as much as you love your life in San Diego, you have a beautiful wife, you have a beautiful career over there. You miss this place. Like, you miss Memphis and being able to support your team, right? And so it's like, come on, Memphis, show up, man. Like, let's go and support these guys. Even if you're frustrated, it's even better. Show up and support them, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm from Memphis, born and raised. Y'all are Memphians. We love the city of Memphis. We're not fair weather people. We're not just gonna bandwagon and like, oh, they're not bad. They're bad now. Let's now not give a damn about the city. Oh, Memphis is struggling. They have their own issues. Let's give up on the city of Memphis. Hell no.
That's
That
not
is
how
not-
we do. That's
that's
not what
not-
we do, man.
That's not what we do. That's not what the city is about. It is not. Even if the conference doesn't go well, even if this is a one of the worst seasons under Penny Hardaway's time at the University of Memphis, am I just going to give up on him, give up on the season, give up on the Tigers? No, absolutely not. I'll still back him to remedy the issues that whatever happened from this season. I'll still back the Tigers. I'll still back the athletic director to make this right for the team in terms of NIL money and figure out a way to ensure that Memphis stays competitive in this ever-changing, ever-evolving college sport landscape. Because that's who I am, and I hope that's who y'all are as well. I hope that this loss against Louisville, yeah, it sucks. It's a 26-point loss on the road against the number 11 team in the country. I hope that this doesn't make y'all want to give up on this team. You know, if that moment does come later on, then we'll talk about it then. But I hope that doesn't come now, because it's not time for that right now.
Absolutely. And the levels of critique that we give only comes from a place of, because we love and support this city, love and support this university, and truthfully, Penny Hardaway is basketball Jesus to me, right? Like he was my introduction to NBA basketball and to college basketball. So shout out to everybody. Shout out to everybody that's in the comment section. You guys are awesome. Lion and Lamb, thank you for sharing what the Board of Regents was all about. I appreciate that. I'm going to look more into that and kind of figure out what that's all about. Lion and Lamb also says, haven't lived in Memphis for 30 years, still have season tickets for football. Shout out Timo. Timo's always in the comment section. I watch them even when they suck. Absolutely. Robert Smith, I have to live out of state right now, but see all my U of M gear, like it or not. LOL. Shout out to you. Lost Found Decor. Nobody loves the city more than Penny, and we should show up and be loud. Absolutely. Lost and Found Decor. I live in Northwest Arkansas and rep Memphis everywhere. Shout out, because I got family. I got in-laws that are in Fayetteville, and I will always wear my Memphis gear. I make sure my daughter's dressed in Memphis gear when we go up there and visit them. So shout out Lost Found Decor.
And it's such a good feeling. Like if I'm being out here in San Diego, if I go to a bar or if I'm walking down the street, or whatever, and I see someone else in a Grizzlies jersey, or I've seen someone wear a Memphis Tigers hat, and I stop them in the middle of the road, like, you have a Memphis Tigers hat. Like, are you from Memphis? I'm like, yeah. Oh, I'm from Memphis. And like, it's a source of pride. You know,
absolutely.
That's why you should go to the next home game, to answer that dumbass question. You should go support this team, support this city, support Penny Hardaway. Support the Memphis Tigers. That's why you should go. And that's also why you should support Tigers Live. because that's what this show is about. We are a Memphis Tigers basketball post-game show where we will talk good and bad, give fair critiques when necessary, but also hype them up when needed. For this Memphis Tigers team. Shout out to all of y'all, all 491 of y'all watching this show. Everybody in the comments, y'all are awesome. I hope to meet a lot of y'all when I come to Memphis in early January. But before that, Memphis will play Vanderbilt at home. Let me pull up their schedule quick. Next, days of the week are tough. What is it, on Wednesday?
I think it's Wednesday, and then they play Saturday at Mississippi State.
So next Wednesday at 6 p.m. at home, they face number 15 Vanderbilt. Quickly, that's going to be another tough game, Kenny. You know, Vanderbilt's a damn good basketball team. I've been high on them all year. They shoot the ball from three really well, Kenny. Really well.
That's not a good sign.
They've got to tighten up those defensive issues guarding the three today. And that's the only way they can pull off an upset against a solid Vanderbilt team. I'm expecting a big crowd because, it's a Tennessee team. So there should be a lot of Vandy people there. And it's an SEC opponent. And you know how much Memphis fans love to root against an SEC opponent. So I'm hoping for a damn good crowd. All of y'all in Memphis, show up to the game, be loud, support these Tigers. And whatever happens in that game, win or lose, I'll be right here. Kenny will be here. Roman will be here to talk about that game here on Tigers Live. To everybody in the comments, again, thank y'all. All of y'all tuning in. Y'all the best. Thank you for supporting Tigers Live. We'll see y'all next week. Peace.
Thank you for watching this episode of Tigers Live. If you enjoyed this episode, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.